So you actually don't lose any fat when you go on a diet because your body holds on to the fat so much tighter. You do lose water weight, but as soon as you come off of the diet, the problem is because you haven't learned to actually change your eating habits and learn how to eat nutritious food rather than less food. It's not about how much more or less food you eat, it's all about the nutrition. If you don't train yourself to eat nutritious food and you come off of a diet, you're going to go back to your old ways of eating. And so you're going to gain weight again because your old ways of eating did not promote staying thin. And so not only are you going to gain weight because you go back to your old ways of eating, but you're also going to gain even more weight than you had before because you still have all of that fat that you had on your body. You thought you lost fat when you lost weight, but you only lost water. So you still have all the same fat storage that you had before because fat does not come off that easily. It doesn't come off just by not eating. It comes off through other ways. Your body has to burn off the fat, and there are ways to do that. And one of the ways to do that is by actually eating food and eating it often. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But first, I just want to say there's a danger of losing water. When you lose water, the risk of becoming dehydrated is so much more increased. Now, whenever you see an overweight person, you can pretty much just know that they're dehydrated. Your body does not stay hydrated and overweight at the same time. It might take a few months. It's not going to happen overnight, especially because it takes a few months to get into the habit of drinking water or more water regularly. You're going to see it is the most miraculous thing. I tell people it's my biggest secret for staying thin is just drinking enough water. And people just disregard that piece of information because water seems so useless. It's tasteless, it's odorless, colorless. It doesn't seem like it would do that much, but it is everything. It is the biggest secret to weight loss. And it's because when you're hydrated, your body just doesn't gain weight easily. It's going back to how we treat something that's swollen. Like I said in the introduction, the instructor introduction, it's not that people are curvy or big boned. Being overweight is inflammation. And it looks like inflammation, right? It looks puffy. If you were to wake up and your ankle was swollen, it's the same thing. It's telling you something's not right. Something needs to be treated here. And it's the same thing with the overall body. The overall body becomes swollen and the body's trying to tell you something's not right. Well, how do we treat a swollen ankle or a swollen anything? We put ice on it, right? We put water on it. Water does something to bring down swelling. And when your whole body is inflamed or swollen, when you give it enough water, it brings down that swelling. So your whole body it just kind of gets rid of the swelling and rid of the inflammation, and it's really miraculous. Water is very mysterious. It's difficult to understand why it's so miraculously healing, but it is, and you just know it because of the effects that you see from it. The thing is, if you feel thirsty, you are already dehydrated. Dehydration doesn't come by giving you a thirst signal. You being thirsty means that you've been dehydrated for a while. So you want to make sure that you don't even become thirsty, really. You want to give yourself water on a regular basis throughout the day. And if you do feel thirsty, that's a sign that your body has needed water for a while. Most people don't drink enough plain water as it is. And I'm not just talking about liquids, like not just coffee or tea or juice or anything that has water in it, but just plain water. And that's why so many people are overweight in society, because we just have all of these other choices of beverages and we don't drink just enough plain water. So if you're already not drinking a lot of water and then you go on a diet or you stop eating and your body loses a lot of water, you're going to become so dehydrated. And the problem with dehydration is that if the body can't get water in the form of liquid, that doesn't mean it's not going to get any water. Remember, your body's smart and it loves you and it will get water. It cannot go that long without water. We can go without food for 40 plus some days. We can only go without water for a few days. And so your body will get the amount of water it needs. If it's not in the form of liquid, it will try to get it in the form of food because there's traces of water in food. Now, it's way easier to just hydrate your body with liquid because you can have so much more volume at once and you can just drink it and get it into your body. If your body is forced to try to get water in food, you're going to chronically be feeling hungry and you're going to always be wanting to eat because it's not that you're hungry, but your body just needs water and it has to get it from food if you're not giving it any through liquid. So if you do feel chronically hungry or not satisfied or satiated, it may just be because your body needs water. Drinking water, it's amazing how satiated you feel throughout the day. It doesn't mean that you won't eat any food or that you'll not get hungry, but it regulates your appetite because you feel so satiated and you don't feel the need to eat extra food because your body doesn't need to eat any extra food just for the sake of getting water. All in all, if you just stay hydrated, your appetite will be so regulated. You'll know exactly when you're hungry and when you're full. You'll have so much energy because water gives you a lot of energy and you'll feel satiated. You won't feel like something's missing after a meal.